Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. Dr. Ramesha Naik Prabhuji will be reading the Vaishnava etiquettes, followed by Sneha Barkul Mataji reading the Namamrita. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Vaishnava etiquettes continued. Devotees who are not initiated but have been following the all regulative principles for some time and who desire to take diksha may also wear kanthimala. Tulsi beads worn around the neck indicate a devotee's surrender to the Lord, and therefore a person wearing tulsi beads around his neck is dear to the Lord. However, a person is an offender if he wears tulsi neck beads simply to imitate the Vaishnava, but is not seriously trying to surrender to the Lord. It is advisable not to wear beads if one is not following the four regulative principles. Some devotees also wear the kinds of auspicious malas either made of tulsi beads, lotus seeds, rope from Jagannatha Ratha, or silk poitras while performing puja, japa or other sacred functions. These should be removed when bathing or leaving the temple or house while going to the toilet. The Kanthi Mala is worn permanently for beads protect one from bad dreams, accidents, attacks by weapons, and the servants of Yamaraja. Upon seeing the Tulsi Mala, the Yamadutas flee like leaves scattered by the wind. Devotees who are not following the basic principles, particularly the chanting of the holy name and four regulative principles, with no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, should not wear Kantimala. Strictly speaking, once the Kantimala is worn, even onion and garlic should not pass down the throat. One should therefore advise new devotees accordingly. Mustaches and beard. Devotees who are initiated preparing to be initiated should not have mustaches or beard. It may be noted, however, that some Vaishnava mathas men shave their face and head.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kindly display Namamrita. Sneha Mataji, kindly unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. Please read.
The practice of chanting the holy name. Since the holy name is spiritual, it must be received from spiritual sources. The holy name and ultimately all spiritual wisdom is preserved and transmitted by generation after generation of realized souls comprising a disciplic succession of spiritual teachers. The mantra, the holy name, which is the seed of spiritual devotion, is planted within the heart of the sincere disciple by the spiritual master at the time of formal spiritual initiation. When uttered in devotion by a fully realized guru, the holy name has great efficacy upon the hearer, who achieves immediate benefit. Having received the holy name from the lips of a spiritual master, the student embarks upon the path of daily chanting, being careful to pronounce the mantra clearly and distinctly, and to chant loudly enough to hear himself. The chanter must absorb his consciousness deeply within the divine sound of the mantra, vigilantly protecting the mind from the distraction of trivial or directionless thought. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shri Shri Radha Rasbihari Bhagavan ki jai.
Hare
Lalita
Krishna,
Shakti
Krishna
Vishakha
Krishna,
Mata ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गौरांग निताय महाप्रभु की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, हिज होलिनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग प्रोग्राम की जय, संवेद भक्त वृंद की जय. So in the Vaishnava etiquettes, it is said about the Kanthimala that Yamdutas never visit the people who wear the Kanthimala. Srila Prabhupada used to say, like there are stray dogs and there are pet dogs. The stray dog doesn't have a belt in their neck. But if a pet dog is there and he's roaming, nobody kicks him. Why? Because they know there is a boss or master when they have a belt on their neck. Similarly, when we have this Kantimala, which is like a belt, the negative energies and the Yamdutas, they don't come nearby. They say that this person belongs to Krishna, Vaishnavas. So let Krishna decide where he has to be taken for punishment or reward. It is not the will of Yamdutas that when they see. Another thing, this Kantimala has to be permanently wear. But the Adi Kantimala, which we chant, or that should not be taken in the toilet. It is mentioned over there. Similarly, for devotees, mustaches and beard is prohibited because it is said when you go to Tirupati Balaji, the first thing that you offer is your hair and mustaches. Why we offer hair and mustaches to Tirupati Balaji? It's one of sign of surrender. That everything is yours. And this mustaches is a sign of ego. It is a sign of I am something. So when we surrender this thing, we are telling to the Lord that I am yours and I am nothing. You are everything. So this is the reason we surrender everything at the feet of the Lord. And that's why it is compulsory in a Guru Parampara system. Another thing, when we wear Kantimala and Tilak, we have to be very careful in public. We should see that we do not break any rules and regulations. Because everybody, you are representing Krishna, you are representing Guru Parampara, you are representing the all acharyas when you apply Tilak and Kantimala. So you have to be very, very careful when you deal in public with Kantimala and Tilak. Especially, we should be seeing that the four regulative principles at any cost should not be broken down. As far as the Nam Amrita is concerned, today in the Nam Amrita, we read that the holy name should be received from a holy person. जिसके अंदर भक्ति है वही भक्ति दे सकता है. You know, those person who have the devotion, they only can pass the devotion. And that's why at the time of initiation, the Guru Maharaj gives us this Kanti Mala, the Tulsi beads and the Tulsi Mala, which he has chanted and he has touched. So that has the power, and that is on that Mala we chant throughout our life. So it is said that we should listen from the mouth of a Vaishnava. We should listen the bhajana and kirtan from the mouth of a Vaishnava. That will invoke the bhakti in our heart. That will help us to achieve the goal of going back to the Godhead. we have to understand we are in a chain. We are in a chain. And in that chain, the upper chain should pull us. So we should be connected in a chain so that we can go back to the spiritual world. Yesterday, I was listening to one of the lectures of Gajendra Stuti. Gajendra, being an animal, he was chanting this mantra which he had learned in the past life. But what was the special thing the Gajendra had? He had 4 things special in his prayer. The first thing that he was always remembering his Sambandha Gyan. I am your servant, Lord. He was always remembering, there is nobody else other than you who can protect me. I am your servant. Somehow I am trapped in this material. That was the first mood that he had. Second mood he was always constantly remembering the Lord uninterruptedly, continuously in that mood. Third, he did not have any desire in return of doing this bhajana. And fourth, he was always having the Swarupa of the Lord in front of him. He was always having that Swarupa. So these 4 things were there. That was Sambandha, Anapeksha, Swarupa, and Nirantara. These 4 things made his prayer special. So when we are also chanting, we should be doing it Nirantara, we should be doing Anapeksha, and always that mood should be that, Lord, you are the only one who can save me. Nobody else is there. With that mood, if we chant the holy name, then definitely our devotion and our bhakti will increase. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai.